Hi again. The piece that I just played, I didn't play all of it, but it's called For Elise by a composer named Beethoven. And I want to talk about 5/1s. To begin with, I want to explain that Western music, a really basic and important element in Western music is something called a 5/1. Something called tension and release. And this is the harmonic concept that everything is basically built around. And I don't know how to explain it simply, but the tension chord is the chord where, when we're hearing a song, if the song were to end on the tension chord, then our ears would be very uncomfortable with it. But if our ears want to hear the song end on a release chord, and that release chord is usually the 1, and the tension chord is usually 5/1, and that's the main way Western music creates tension and release, which is 5/1. It happens different ways too, but so what is the 1 chord? It's the tonic chord. It's the, depending on what key it is, what key a song it is. The 1 chord is the chord that song usually ends on, so we call that the home. It gives you the sense of home. When it ends on that home chord, that 1 chord, that tonic chord, all names for the 1 chord, we feel comfortable. We feel like the song came to a rightful end. So let me show you an example. I'm gonna play just the chord progression in C. I'm gonna end the song now. Now that doesn't seem satisfying to our ears because I ended on the 5 chord, the G chord. But if I were to end it like this, and on the 1, C chord. And our ears are comfortable with that simply because we heard the song, the 1 chord, the C chord first. Because the song is in C major. And every other chord kind of like points towards this 1 chord. And there's like all this theory behind it. Anyway, For Elise is no exception to compared to other Western music, because it uses the 5/1 as a basic part of creating its sound. So starts like this. Song is in A minor, so it starts off with an arpeggiated A minor chord, A C E. It's the basic triad. So this chord. And it goes to the E major chord. 1 chord. 5 chord. 1 chord. 1 chord. 5 chord. So the beginning theme is all entirely 5/1. That so and then the next part goes to the C major chord. G, which is the 5 of C. A minor, which is the original 1. E major, which is the 5 of A minor. So again, all 5/1s. Here's the 3rd section. Where is it? And so on. That part is a little bit different because it goes C7, and then goes to F, goes to B flat, second inversion, whatever. Let's not get into inversions. And it goes back to F. So here's how I see this part. C7 is the 5 of F. So it goes to F. Whoops, didn't mean to do flat 9. But 5 of F, C7, F, 1, B flat, 4, and then back to F, 1 chord. And it goes to A minor, which is the original F. Ba-da-da. Goes to G7, which is, I see that as the 5 of C, which is what happens next. And that's just G7. Let me try that again. I just see that as G7. So C again, 1 again. F, which is 4, 5, and then and so on. So 1, 4, 5 is the pattern that we see here. 4 is another chord, and we call that what do we call that? A chord that comes before a 5 chord, before a dominant, before a 5 chord. So pre-5. There's a lot of those. The 2 chord can serve as a a chord that comes before 5. 4 is another common one. Whatever. So 4 is just something that fills in the space between 1 and 5. But again, as you can see, this song, like many other classical, rock, jazz, pop, whatever genre in Western music, is built around the 5-1. Yeah. Well, that's all I gotta say about it.